Hey guys, good evening or good morning or afternoon, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Um, I got hit with a message. I guess it's more not maybe a message, but it could be. So as my predictions of 2022, I did yesterday. That finally downloaded today. Um, But as I'm sitting here just relaxing, looking things online, just doing my normal stuff. Um, and then when I said about, a country turning into the monarchy, I was getting multiple countries, you guys. Hang on, let me just, so this TV doesn't interfere. So I was getting Germany. Now, like just now, this is why I'm doing the video. I got that who should be the King of France. They're going after the government to restore the monarchy in France as well. So there's another one for you. So we'll see how that goes. Um, and I got more people, like 50. Let's see. I think it was like 54% or 52% of people want the monarchy back. And then I would say the other ones, and I know there was like 24% that were unsure whether or not they wanted it. Um, and then I got Austria in my head as well. I don't know how that's going to work because the US does trades with Austria. Now, this is just like very little of what I know about the US trading system and how we do things. Obviously, we do it with China. Good God, you know. Whew. Okay, so, anyways, I'm gonna move here because there's a. Um, so I got Austria for some odd reason. I don't know, like all these people from their ancestors, um, are just flooding back. They want it what is owed to them, and it should be that way. Um, yeah, so like when I said like a country, but like I knew it was multiple, but I didn't really realize it until like just now that France was doing it as well as Germany. And then I'm like seeing Austria. So they're kind of like on the tilt end because they don't really know because they love their freedom, kind of like the US. For me, I think Austria has more freedom than the people in the US, like us. Um, since we have the dumbest people running our country right now, it's ridiculous. Um, Very incompetent people that don't know what they're doing. So, I digress myself. But I'm gonna just keep on letting the angels and my ancestors and everything else just come into play and just show me. But I thought I'd come on and tell you guys that it looks like France, besides Germany, so I got Germany and now France, and Austria might be on there. Um, I know there's another one. Um, there's another country, and it's not Austria. I think it's more on. Oh my gosh. It's more on the east end. I don't know about Poland because I'm Polish as well. Um, I don't know. Um, I'm gonna have like my guides and angels and stuff like give me some more information. But like I said, France just came out stating that the prince. So after basically King Louis, which was King Louis the 14th's grandson, I do believe, or great grandson, with Marie Antoinette. Um, Obviously, they got, um, but some of their children had survived the massacre. And obviously, from what I know personally, that one male did not produce any children, and then one of the other sons did produce multiple heirs. And there is a prince to this day that should be taking over France if he wants it. Um, I think he might be in his early 20s, is what I'm guessing. I shouldn't say early 20s, mid 20s to late to early 30s. So mid 20s to like early 30s, like 32, 33. So I want to say within a 10-year frame is what this man is. I'm not getting like he's super tall, um, but I am seeing him with like um, black hair, like really black hair, beautiful black hair, mind you. Um, like his structure is okay. So for me, being German and how I grew up, because I grew up in a German. Okay, so the town I grew up in was called German Town. Okay, that now that says it all. Everything that we had was German. Um, and people from Germany between World War I and after World War II was a huge immigration, just huge. And um, a lot of my ancestors that were even related to the German Empire during that time. Um, and there's a lot of them in both of my mother and father's side being related to this. So basically, like, I don't know, maybe my parents were cousins, distant cousins, and just nobody knows. But, anyways, I digress myself. Um, so most of us Germans, and it's not just because we're in the US and people think, oh, the US people, oh, they're so overweight. Well, yeah, we are because, and especially Wisconsinites like myself, it's just like we know how to feed ourselves and we know what good food is. And we like things deep fried. It's just how it is. Um, but not into the other aspect of food relation, but on the structure. of women, German women themselves. Um, like I have the German chin because it's more pointed, it's more square. So I have that, and I am built quite big. I do have a good mass structure, bone structure. I've always been that way. Um, but now that I have kids, obviously I'm having a very hard time losing the baby weight from my son Wyatt. And that's driving me nuts because I have tried everything, you guys. Nothing has worked. I barely even eat anything a day because I am so busy. And it's just one thing after another. But, anyways, excuse me. I don't know why I'm doing this so late, but I had to put it on there because otherwise I would forget. So we got multiple countries. I think there's going to be more countries coming back into the fold of their monarchy. I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh. I am trying to think, you guys. Yeah. But yeah, France for sure is just um so they're working on their process as well to get the monarchy back. And which is fantastic. I love monarchies. I love how they live. Um and I love history. I love everything of history. Um I watch stuff on TV, about Hitler. I watch stuff of World War II in color. Um, Now, my grandfather, my grandpa, my mom's father, both of my grandfathers fought in World War II. My mother's father, however, did fight the Germans, the Nazis, okay? And then after that, because of what I know, there was stuff prior to that, before that, when Japan um, bombed Pearl Harbor. My my grandpa, um, he was sent to Japan, and he was one of those men that had to take pictures of either Americans killing the Japs or the Japs killing Americans. I, and this is where all the history stuff comes in because and my grandfather just didn't want to talk about it. And like, you're little, you don't realize what they've been through. And then he had to go back and obviously fight the Germans, and get, help that. So, not knowing what had really happened. So, after he passed away in 93, I was 10 years old. I remember the funeral. I remember everything. I swear to God, you guys, we got up in the morning on the day of his funeral, his wake, and I couldn't see him because I cried so much. Like, he was my best friend. My grandpa was my best friend. Um, and I try not to talk about my grandparents because they mean so much to me. Um, But after my grandpa passed, my grandma brought out pictures of what he had took, whew, with the Americans killing the Japs and vice versa. And right then and there, I knew why he couldn't talk about it. I knew. And I just talked to him. I do. And that's one thing that I felt so bad on, is bringing up the past of what he did for our country. Now, however, and this is just in my opinion, just mine, they were drafted. Now, I know other countries, once a male is born, they have to automatically go into the military after graduation, or if they graduate early, they have to go into the military. That one I know because I did have a friend in a different country who told me that they have to enlist before I think they're 25, because that is the law under where he lives, that all males have to enlist right after. So they could go to college and do what they got to do, but they had to enlist within a certain amount of years. And to be frank, I think the US should do the same. I think other countries should do the same. If you have one male in your family, then I would say no. If you have multiple, then I would say yes. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Now, if you have strong women in your family, like my daughter is in the Army. She enlisted herself. And since she was 17, she still is technically a minor here in the US. In Wisconsin. I don't know about any other states in the US what their age restrictions are for enlistment for children that are of a certain age. I don't know. I don't know if it's just the regular federal law of the US that you have to have the permission of your parents. But anyways, either if I didn't sign the paper, she would enlisted herself anyways when she turned 18. So as a parent, as a mom, I only have one daughter and one son. So, but it's something that she's always wanted to do since she was in middle school. So that's something that I do have to support her on. There are a lot of things that just scare me a little bit more, because the military, which is part of the government, is making these kids, get all these vaccines, and which really shouldn't be, because as I was watching TV, all of a sudden, actually it wasn't TV, it was on YouTube. Maybe not, hang on. I don't remember. But anyways, this former general of one of the branches of the United States said that any person in the military that has to get these vaccines is against their constitutional right. Believe that. He goes, it is illegal to do that to the military. It is their choice whether or not they want to get vaccinated. But as of right now, they have to get vaccinated. So now, here in the US, there is a huge debate on our military and if they can or cannot be forced to take these vaccines. So my question is to our government, if the vaccines is technically illegal, you can't force people to take it, and now you're doing it to the military, it makes absolutely no sense, right? Then do the people that you forced to take these vaccines get a like a reimbursement for forcing them to do things against their will, doing things against their religious beliefs, doing things against their right? Good question, right? So that's all I have to say about that. But going back to France, yes, they, like I said, I just got the message stating France um, is going to try to get their monarchy back. Um, so it's going to be a process, a very long process with the French because, like I said, it's pretty much divided, but there's more people that want. I think it's like 52%. I'm just going to say about 52%, which is a good percent. But then you have like 24%. I can't remember if that 24% is um, not wanting them or if it's just one of those that are just undecided. I couldn't remember. Um, but yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there, you guys. I didn't mean to put all this military war crap in there, but it just happens. It just happens. So I, yeah. And I'm just waiting because I know there's more information that's coming along. Um, I got, um, I did get a dream last night, which has to do with one person in general. Um, but I can't say who. Um, so I'm still waiting on a response for that one as well. Um, if you guys want me to look into something else to do card readings, just let me know. Um, yeah. And I've been wearing these earrings now, if you guys have noticed. Um, these are actual lava. These are these are lava from volcanic lava. So, now lava has properties. You'd have to look it up. Um, but they do have certain um stuff that can help you. That's why I wear them, and they look pretty too. And I usually get these at gem stores because I know, or shops, I should say, because I know these are real. you guys hear that? There's a spirit in my apartment. They're playing with part of White's toys that I put into his room. So, where I live, the apartment that I live in, I didn't know it at the time. And the manager should have told me when I moved in to this apartment that a veteran, a US veteran, committed suicide in my apartment in my son's bedroom. So now I have to go in there and Sage. He's not like an evil person. He's not. Like, his soul is lost. And I've been dealing with him since I moved in here because when I moved from one place to the next, and it's with the same company, but when I came here, something was so off. My daughter, before my son came along, she was getting attacked and didn't really know why until someone told me that this man committed suicide in that bedroom. So now I sage my apartment. I get rid of the energy. And especially, like, I know I'm getting watched. But that doesn't bother me. Like, this guy, I don't know, like, how old he was. I really don't. I don't know how he committed suicide. He might have shot himself. I'm not really sure, you guys. Not sure. But yeah, now that the toys stopped, I think he knows I'm talking about him. But I am still gonna go in there and sage everything. Just waiting to see. It's weird. I don't know, guys. It's crazy around here. I'm telling you, there's so much energy around here. Alright. I think this was the longest video on such a short subject. But you never know what spirits are going to do. You just never know. You just never know. Alright, you guys. I love you. Good night. I want you all to be safe. And if you have any questions on anything, or if you guys want me to look into a certain subject, please leave your comment below and like this video. And have more subscribers. So, alright guys, I love you. Be safe.